Go. Good morning, everybody. Thursday. I'm with this fucking guy.
Yeah, I made it today. Kyle was trying to trick me into thinking he already recorded this morning or was already 10 minutes into it. What a cunt.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to get you to skip as many shows as possible. Then we have some concrete evidence to say, like, hey, you're fucking done.
It was a manufactured sabotage.
Yeah. Colby will be here. He's just gonna be running a little late. Jimmy, you know,
Okay, so I talked to Jimmy yesterday and I was like, we were playing and right before he got off his stream. I was like, so you gonna be there for the show tomorrow? He's like, oh yeah, we got an ad tomorrow. And I was like, wow, well, when there's money on the line, you're there. And just now he's like, oh, I totally forgot that
black.
blackout is today, so I can't do it. I can't spare an hour. I got to get on these 1,200 videos. I got to get out.
Did it actually come out today, or is it just like early access?
He just has it. He probably had Trey
Oh,
already sent him the
well,
code.
I see. I saw some other people get it, but it's just like, man, like imagine having like a full day plan and being like, "Fuck, I forgot that game's coming out. Like, I gotta make 60 videos. Like, that would fucking suck. I mean, it is what it is. Like,
Well, I
obviously,
remember like back when I did that, like you would try to get the game early off of eBay when they were just like physical copies.
yeah,
Like Xbox didn't have like downloadable. I mean, you could download from the store, but like when new games came out, you had to go buy a physical copy.
yeah. It's
And,
crazy. It's crazy. Like to put this 50 gigs. Once you
yeah,
have the disc, you have to install 50 gigs on your shit.
it's gonna take me like 2 hours.
What's even more insane though is the Fortnite update yesterday was 10 gigs. That was an update.
uh,
That's fucking insane. It's crazy that like I remember like the original Xbox or yeah, the original Xbox cuz just like save files were so tiny. But I remember wasn't the first Xbox One only, was it even 250
it's
gigs?
like
Or no,
250.
the Xbox 360 was the one that was like it was super small. It was only like 50 gigs or 100 gigs or something. So you
It
could
was
only have, because what was cool about that, you could install you didn't have to do it. I don't think they had install files off the disc, but you could on the disc you could press Y and install the game on your hard drive, and it would
yeah.
just be a lot faster, like loading screens and stuff. But it's crazy because with Fortnite completely on your hard drive, no disc or anything, like the loading, it's the longest loading game I think I've ever experienced.
You know what's crazy is like with all these updates that they do, is it eventually going to take up my entire hard drive?
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, or maybe the whole actual game, but it's kind of sad because so I'm like weird. Like I've talked about it. I've I hate just a digital download because you can get fucked. Like you can't take the game to your friend's house and play unless you're on like your gamer tag, but he can't play, like.
Yeah,
And so I've always been like, I got to get the actual, because I like kind of enjoy just having like game copies. But
yeah.
now I have just so many. I even have games like I've never even fucking played, which is kind of
What was
crazy
funny
in
is that
itself.
one when PUBG came out, you went all the way to Best Buy to get the physical copy, and inside was just a code.
Yeah, yeah. The fucking, did I end up buying a case? What was this guy saying to me? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, and was it PUBG?
Yeah, we played it for like a day. It's so bad.
Yeah, no, it was brutal, but like I just really enjoy like and it kind of saddens me because I've actually got fucked. I finally bit the bullet. Once I was done with my YouTube stuff, I was like, all right, I can get digital downloads now. I won't get banned. Literally, I fucking bought like Forza. It wasn't Tiger Woods, but like PJ Golf because
Yeah,
he did his thing. But then a couple other ones like but it sucks for ones like Trials you can only buy digitally. So I've had
yeah.
to fucking beat that game like 6 times over. Um, but it just like, and I don't have all the games I bought. I don't have any access to. I can't play them or anything. And that was like my biggest thing, and because somehow they must have seen just like an old video. I can't believe they like do that shit anyway. It's so stupid.
I feel like their enforcement team just thinks it's like a power trip doing it.
Yeah, no, and I mean, like it was literally I hadn't made videos in like a year, and I'm just sitting there like it was because it was at this house, so it was within the last 2 years. I haven't made much in the last 2 years, and I just like, there must be something wrong with their shit. And then like It is the most like I cannot believe that there's people that have services like Microsoft and you can't like talk to a actual person
You
like
can't.
for that
Everything's
issue.
automated.
Other issues like bill payment issues, fuck, you can talk to them instantly.
Yeah.
But any other like you can kind of talk to a computer. I mean I think it's a real person. It could be but you can talk to, the online chat, but they're no fucking help because they literally can't do anything about it. But it's like you can't it's like their decision is their like final decision because like what can you like they're gonna be like, yeah, we saw one of your videos doing that on the Xbox, and like what can you fucking say to that, like it's
They
like you
won't
just
tell you either. Like even if you get to the guy, we can't tell you what it was that got you banned.
I know it's fucking stupid. That's just like it's just like I mean all the big time platforms do like YouTube. Like when I would get in trouble on YouTube, it would just be the most like broad description of why I got in trouble. It'd be
Yeah,
like
they
sexual
won't tell you.
content, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is like my least
Give me
sexual
give me a
video I've ever
timestamp on the
posted.
video.
Yeah, exactly. Like and that's the problem. It's like they don't like. Why would they not? I mean, basically, YouTube picks and chooses like their top people they want to associate themselves with. But like, why? If you're gonna have somebody come fucking flag it, like, why can't they just be like, all right, it was at this point. One, to me, that's proof they actually watched it. Because if they're like, it was that right there, and I go look at that, I'm like, all right, like you're fucking right. Like, okay, I did fuck that up, right? But
Yeah.
but
But then, like going forward on your videos, you don't know where the line is.
exactly, because it's so fucking broad. You could just catch a dude on the wrong day, and he could be like, "This guy's kind of a douche, actually." So I'm gonna like kind
Well, a
of
lot of it's just their automated system.
yeah. But I mean, if they're like final flags, like when my shit got taken down, like it definitely was probably a real person. I would assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a interesting game, man. I used to remember, and like I said, I feel like I've said this over and over again, but I used to remember when I used to just every single fucking morning, like I would have anxiety in my fucking sleep,
All right.
waking up to check my phone, because what they would do, what they would do for all the flags is I don't know what they did behind like on their end, if they just like stacked them up throughout the day, but they would always hit at like 5:30 in the morning. So if there would like, I would always be like, check my phone to see if my shit's still good. But the thing is, like, that never ended. Like, it went from YouTube, me doing that every single morning, like, I'm safe again, But then it went to like Facebook, same thing. Like, I was posting so much content on Facebook that even their automated system, like, some stuff would get fucked up. And same thing, I'd wake up like, oh, cool, my Facebook's still there. Like, I got so fucking tired of doing
That would
that,
happen to
man.
me with like Xbox consoles, like signing in every day. Be like, can I sign in today?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like it's another trip to Best Buy. Another what did the 360 cost back then? Like $150.
Yeah, I know.
And then like I remember like I would just use the cords from the original one that I had, so I had all these like adapters.
Man, because they didn't hit me as. I mean, I just got hit kind of randomly every now and then, but. And Colby sucks. Oh, what? Oh yeah. Oh, you're in your kitchen, dog. Holy shit.
Yeah, I got to the point where I was like, crap, I either got to just low budget do it here with the built-in cam with a good mic or move everything upstairs. And I'm like, I'm just going to do it here. I can't.
No, why not?
Can't let the people down, man.
This is how we start transitioning into other spots when me and you take the show on the road.
Yeah. I couldn't let the people down and wait another 10 minutes to lug this back upstairs. So, just came in hot.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we could transition to a new topic. Me and Kyle were just talking about getting banned on Xbox and.
Dude, Burns, I know Kyle's seen this. Have you seen Rogan's special, his comedy special on Netflix yet?
I
watched like half of it. I kept falling asleep.
I fell asleep too, but let me just tell you, for the first half, he's so funny. And when he said something about being like sexist, did you get that far, Kyle?
I think so, yeah.
It's such a good topic. So Burns, let me lay this out for you. So, I don't want to blow the drug one. Okay, so basically, we've talked about it before, right? So how many times have we seen teachers caught with students, like hot chicks, like hot teachers?
Several times.
It's always girl teachers. Because if it was a guy teacher, we'd be burning that motherfucker down, right?
Oh, yeah.
So then he made a good point. He's like, a lot of guys nowadays are sexist towards guys. And he uses Harvey Weinstein as an example. He was like, if it was a girl, even a fat, ugly Harvey Weinstein, a girl, and she was having sex with like Tom Hardy to get the Venom role, you'd be like, good job, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, you did it. But since it's like a guy.
Well, he said if it was his own son.
Yeah, even his own son. But then it's actually a really good point, and it kind of hit me like deep where I'm like, holy crap, I do that for everything. It's like I always am just like, it's awesome. Like, yeah, dude, that teacher, he hooked up with a teacher.
Well, you just automatically think like, okay, if a male teacher does something with a female student, like that's creepy. Like he's like imposed himself all over her. But if it's reversed,
yeah,
like, and it's a hot teacher in a male student, you're just kind of like it doesn't seem like she like just like self and like it's almost like the alpha or kind of like the masculine side, like somehow that kid, you know, he's a fucking pimp because he influenced himself onto her, even though I mean I'm sure part of it actually works like that, but you just kind of, when you think like a guy doing that to a girl, like it's like he just like took advantage of her, but it's the other way around. You're just like, fuck. Like we've posted so many articles about teachers doing that, and they're all like, what a fucking snitch, like all this shit, like just like
every time it's like, nice job that guy. Nice job that guy.
Like 100%. I mean, if it was a female role for the Harley thing, I mean,
that's obviously a bigger stretch because it was like sexual assault and stuff.
It wasn't sexual assault. It was just putting the females in a very uncomfortable spot who are trying to get a job, you know?
Yeah. True.
Which at the time they would probably say it was a good decision, but once they probably matured and got older and like, wow, that was actually kind of fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fucking such a touchy subject.
It's Burns. I haven't finished the special. I'm probably like 30 minutes in. It's an hour long. I highly recommend it. He has a couple other points. I don't want to like get into a Joe Rogan review, but I was just like, man, no one talks like that, but that is so true, dude.
Yeah,
like,
no, he's
like the Constitution thing. It's like, and he starts breaking it down, and so he's like, we built this country. We got a great legacy. He's like, no, we don't, motherfucker. It was 300 years ago. People lived to be 100.
What he said was, he's like, who did not Tom? Why am I thinking Thomas? Who's the fucking main dude that signed the Declaration or whatever?
Oh fuck! I can't even think of who it is either.
Yeah, but he's like,
I'm thinking Thomas Jefferson too. That's not who it is.
Wrote it.
Oh, it was? Okay.
It was Jefferson, yeah.
So he's like, man, if Thomas Jefferson fucking showed up here now, he'd look at that and be like, you guys didn't change shit?
Yeah.
You didn't change shit on that?
I wrote that with a fucking feather. But yeah, it's funny though. It's like but the sexist thing, when I heard that, it made my brain start thinking. I'm like, that's a good topic for the podcast, because we all do it, I think, subconsciously without thinking about it.
Well, the thing is, it's part of our, like, what people in that world is like, it's like part of our fucking DNA to do that shit. Like you start wondering, like, so you see all these fucking things, like these, like almost everybody thinks that way, and then people get upset because you think that way. Like, wait, what if a girl did this? Like, because it's fucking ingrained in our DNA that males are more like masculine than female, so it's you're gonna look at the situation differently. Like I kind of hate when, like, in pet peeve on people that are like, well, what if a female did it? Like, you see all these like videos of a girl that will walk around and just like grab a guy's dick, in public or something like that, right? And it's like goes viral, everybody laughs and stuff, and then people hit it like, what if a dude did that to girls? And I'm like, well, the girls wouldn't like it like a fucking dude does, It's like, it's such like a different, girls don't like that shit. Like, if a girl walked up to me and like grabbed my ass, I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude. But if you're at a bar and you walk by a girl and grab her ass, like, unless you're just like a smoking dude,
getting booted.
like you're in trouble, It's like, I don't know if it's not even like a social norm to be accepted. It's like just how fucking dudes work. Like, I could go up to 100 girls and be like, let's have sex now. The majority of them would say no. But if a hot girl walks up to, the majority of dudes, like, they're probably going to say yes, because we fucking are different. It's
I bet you if you did a test of 100 where you went and asked 100 girls, you'd probably get, I don't know.
Maybe one.
Yeah. And then, but if you,
I would say zero, because I mean, maybe if it was at like at like the bar, like whispering it in their fucking ear, you know.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So
But,
just
like-
out in just
like,
out in public.
out in public, they're gonna say no. But if a girl came up to me and asked me, first I'd be like, are there like hidden cameras on me or something? I'd be like, are you serious? And if she was like, I would be like fucking looking around. I mean,
Is this a dare?
yeah, I'd be like looking around, being like, where can we go? Like, you know, like we're fucking different. Wow, you know, and even though, you know, there are dudes out there who'd be like, this is so fucked up. Like, that's the small percentage, and that's also what I've been watching this the Crowder dude, Louder with Crowder, whatever the fuck his first name is, Steven Crowder.
I think Burns could do that. That guy.
Yeah, he's not like the way he argues. You can't beat him in an argument. Like, it's literally impossible. But
Remember when Burns and Jimmy got into it with whatever it was at the very start of the show, and I was just like, "Damn, this guy's not letting him." Oh, there's something about life, and Jimmy's like, "What do you live for, Burns?" You were just like, "Fuck you, Jimmy."
Yeah. So basically, how he explains like just how insane these fucking people are. These like, you know, multi-gender, multi-fucking well, he argues against like trans people too, but he's like, so he has a fucking great argument for it. He's like, because you have to like break things down into biology. You can't just fucking wing it and be like, yeah, there's 75, you know, there's genders are a spectrum, so there's infinite. Like, you can't fucking do that. You have to like to make law, you have to classify it, you know, in quantities. You can't just say it's fucking infinite. Like, infinite is not a real fucking thing, you know? And so he says, like, okay, like, he asks these people, he's because these people basically argue and say that, like, a textbook should say gender is a spectrum, like, infinite amount, right? Even though, so, like, transsexuals, I think it's, like, 1%. Like, it's actually, transsexuals is a whole different thing because you just want to change your shit. But there are people that are born, like, you know, like, their genitals are, like, you know, part male and part female, but they're still, like, a distinct gender that they actually are, right? So that's like 0.001%, but that 1% thinks they're their own fucking gender. They want to like change textbooks and everything everywhere to add themselves as a gender. So his argument is like, he's like, are there people like he just basically calls it like what's like a medical outlier or whatever. And so it's basically like, is a textbook gonna there's a, you know, quite a few people in the world with 6 fingers or 6 toes, you know, like, should the fucking textbook should we put in that textbook that people have 6 toes because there's a tiny fraction of people that have 6 toes? Fuck no, you know. And that's basically how he says with these, like, I think they're called asexual. He'll just say like, well, like, it's just a medical anomaly. And so basically it's like, you can't just fucking go with it just because there's only, you know, it's unfortunate that, you know, but they try and call it like it's its own fucking gender when it's really not. But you don't change textbooks and everything because a small like anomaly, you know, has it happen to them. And I completely forgot where I was going with that, but
isn't asexual like not attracted to anybody? Or like not attracted to female?
I don't know. It's I don't know if the word was asexual, but it's I think it's just neither male nor, like, it's neither male nor female, I would think. Let me think. Let's see. I fucking watched like all this. It's the dude that does like the rape culture is a myth, change my mind. He does like the change my mind things.
Yeah, asexuality is the lack of sexual attraction to others.
Okay, that was, I think it's the one, whatever one is, it's where they're like they look like a female, but they have like balls in their stomach or something like that. Like their genitals didn't decide 100% which way to go, but they still have like the rest of their body, you know, it still tilts towards one direction. And it's
a great band, dude. One Direction's a great band.
Yeah. But yeah,
I couldn't do one of those because I wouldn't be able to do those because I'd put my foot in my mouth too many times. What's good with you, Burns? What have you been up to?
We got an ad real quick, and then I'll tell you.
Whoa! Look at that transition.
Whoop, there he is, upside down and inside out. Turn this up. It's all about say. Who plays tonight?
Eagles, Giants.
Ooh,
But anyways, you know what's not smart? Job sites that overwhelm you with tons of the wrong resumes. But you know what is smart? ZipRecruiter.com/dudecomedy. Unlike other job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't wait for candidates to find you. ZipRecruiter finds them for you. Its powerful matching technology scans thousands of resumes, identifies people with the right skills, education, and experience for your job, and actively invites them to apply. So you get qualified candidates fast. No more sorting through the wrong resumes. No more waiting for the right candidates to apply. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. And this rating comes from hiring sites on Trustpilot with over 1,000 reviews. And right now, Dude Comedy listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/dudecomedy. That's ZipRecruiter.com/dudecomedy, DUDECOMEDY. ZipRecruiter.com/dudecomedy.
Thank you, ZipRecruiter.
The smartest way to hire.
The smartest way to hire. My buddy actually got hired off ZipRecruiter.
There you go.
I was chugging a beer that whole fucking time, boys.
Little beat ride.
that.
Oh, actually, I was just
That'd actually
faking
be really hard to chug that entire time of
It's
that.
just
That was
hard
what,
to do that
60
on my
seconds?
fucking neck. Holy
Hey,
shit.
Colby, how much of an asshole is Jimmy Butler?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, the Timberwolves canceled.
Kind of badass though.
Dude, the Timberwolves canceled practice today and media availability.
What?
It's one of those things where it's like you can totally see both sides, but then you have to realize like he's arguing over.
What's his side though? I don't get it. What's his side?
He wants to be traded.
He
They haven't traded
hates
him.
he hates Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins, so doesn't want to play there anymore.
So why the
He's
fuck
not
does
gonna
he get leverage though? He just should get
Well,
no
he's
leverage.
not going to sign there. He's told them first he's not going to sign an extension there, right?
I say
So this
they
is where
just
it gets-
fuck him if you're gonna act like that.
That's what there's two sides you can take it. The first side is send him to where you can get the most value. The second side is send him to like Phoenix and just fuck him
Yeah.
or don't play him. But so it's weird because like I do the same thing with Le'Veon Bell. It's like I get why you hold out, whatever, yada yada yada, because you want what you're paid for. I don't get it with Jimmy Butler because he signed like a big ass deal and then went there with his old coach and stuff. It's weird. And then yesterday, so if you guys don't know, yesterday in practice, he took the 4 worst players on the team, scrimmaged the 5 best players on the team, not including him, and whooped their ass. Was talking shit the whole time. And then to the GM who was at practice, he said, "What was it? You fucking
He was like, you fucking need me. You can't win without me.
You can't win without me. You fucking need me."
Like-
but then he had a good interview afterwards where he spun it like I'm just very intense. It's like, yeah, no
But like
shit.
the story from me, when I hear that, like it sounds like he was such a wild card. Like, you know, it's like, okay, it sounds cool. He took the 4 worst guys and then beat them, but like he was probably being such a fucking wild card that the dudes on the other team were like, "What is going on? Like, we're not
Right?
It's
playing."
fucking
That's what
practice,
they're-
man. Calm down.
That's what
Yeah,
the reporter said. He said the players were just like, what is going on?
yeah, and that's what I would just be like. I'd be like, cool. Like, I mean, if it was at a point where the other team was talking shit, I mean, he was probably being such a wild card they didn't want to say anything to get hit. But I would just be like, if he scored a basket and like, I'd be like, dude, you're fucking like.
He's like sabotaging the team. The season starts in like 2 weeks, and that's only their second practice.
Yeah, what else is crazy is like I read this someone else's take, and they're like, if Minnesota was in the East though, they'd be a top 2-3 team, and I was like, yeah, but you could say that argument for anything. That doesn't give him the right to be like a savage, quote unquote. Like just because he's in a West where they're clawing for the 8 seed this year, doesn't mean he could just be like, "Fuck you, you need me." Like it's such a dick move, but
What
also
does,
so awesome.
Why doesn't he like Towns?
Something happened.
It has to do with like he came up with Tom Thibodeau, who's always like hard work, put in the work, no goofing off, no like
Yeah.
like young people like Karl Anthony Towns and Wiggins, they like to play video games, they like to go out and have fun.
Yeah.
He's all
okay.
like business and mentality. They don't really buy into his.
Yeah, something happened last year when it was like the rumor was that they didn't like each other, and then I want to say Wiggins or Towns actually said something, or maybe, and then they had like Jeff Teague called the closed door locker room, aka we're just gonna complain.
The funniest thing about like thinking about it just reminds me of a Karl Anthony Towns story last year. Where, like because he likes to play. I think he likes to play PUBG on the PC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he was like, he was playing with Ben Simmons, and he's like, man, I gotta get to sleep, man. We got a game tomorrow. He's like, who do you play? And he was like, oh, we play Phoenix. He's like, yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He stayed up till like 4 a.m. playing PUBG, and then dropped 50 points on Phoenix the next night.
Fuck. That'd be so weird to be like a professional athlete like that. Like, cause I always think like, I mean, like, do some of these football players go out on Saturday like before the game? You know, like
Travis Kelce.
100% baseball players do. Because like imagine that like playing every fucking day, like you have to go have like some like party time, but I think football is a little different.
So Travis Kelce, the play before the playoff game versus the Broncos, it was Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving Eve. What would the playoffs be? Had to be Christmas Eve. And
Christmas.
No, it had to be Thanksgiving before the Thanksgiving game when they played the Broncos and they had to win.
Not the playoffs, because playoffs.
It's way up.
Yeah, because
playoffs start in Christmas time.
It's like last week of December or something like that.
That's Christmas time.
Is it?
Yeah, because the Super Bowl is in the start of January.
So Super Bowl's beginning of February.
February.
So yeah, pretty much January.
It was a key. It was.
Yeah, it is January and February because it's when I'm in Death Valley is like the NFC Championship and the AFC Championship.
I don't remember
the end of January.
I know. I don't remember the specific. Like if it was a playoff game, but it was a big game against the Broncos.
Well, it probably meant a lot because it was one of the last games of the season.
Yeah, and he was filmed like at 3 a.m, leaving like a bar with all of his buddies, and then they played the next day, and he had the 80-yard like screen touchdown, and then did like he cracked the football and drank it.
Oh,
he was
shit.
Because he was getting a lot of shit for it for going out.
But yeah, but the thing is like, okay, maybe he's up late, but. I mean, it doesn't mean he was like actually drinking and like hammered, you know. I'm sure he probably actually wasn't drinking at all. But I remember what game you're talking about.
Yeah, but I don't remember if now that I said playoffs though, it might have been this is gonna sound really corny, but it might have been my fantasy playoffs that he was out. So I'm getting it confused. It was some type of game where I was like, oh fuck, I gotta still play him though.
It's probably the same thing in other sports, but like back in like the 80s, 70s, and 80s in NHL, like players would like have a day off, and so they'd fly out to Vegas and just like do a bunch of coke, get hammered, and then come back and play the next day.
Michael Jordan. You've seen that, right? When he went out to Atlantic City before the playoff game, lost like $80,000, then went took a private jet back to the game, and then dropped like 40.
Dude, NHL now they do things like
this is you guys seen that, right?
Is that John Wall?
Yeah, it's John Wall. It was the when how the USA team does everything in Vegas. That was the next morning for like the team photo shoot, and John Wall was late, showed up, didn't have his gear, he had to wear someone else's gear and take that photo, and then they like tweeted it out, and he just looked so fucked up, and he was like, "What do you expect?" I'm like, "I'm gonna have fun. I got this money. I got one life. I'm gonna go live." So it's like, this just reminded me when you were saying that.
Well, the NHL like changed something. It's been around for a long time, but every team is required to have like a morning skate, and it's at like 9-10 in the morning, and it's basically pointless, but it's basically like you have to be at work in the morning, so players don't go out and get fucking wasted.
Speaking of cunts, I just watched this on Reddit. I was watching this like historian update on Kony 2012.
Oh gosh, dude.
Oh god.
That was a great
man.
What? Give us the update, because I always think about that.
It was like a huge hoax, right? The dude hasn't been in power in forever.
Yeah, I mean, so I wouldn't necessarily say it was a hoax. It was something that happened, but it was just kind of like it was. I mean, it wasn't like diving into tons of details that most people didn't know, but it was just like you look back at it and you're like, holy fuck, people are retarded. Like especially people on Facebook who literally think that like sharing something or liking something is like changing the world, and that was like the start of the like people that just be like, remember I remember I would get shit because I didn't change my profile picture to the Kony thing.
Yeah,
like, and that's how
Kony 2012, dude. I remember that.
And from like the start of it, like I was a doubter the whole time, and people were fucking hated that I was like doubting this fucking mission, and like so the dude, they kind of
went crazy, right?
Yeah, so people say that he was like, I mean, he was in public like, and they said he was like high on meth and masturbating, but he wasn't actually masturbating, and he wasn't on any drugs or alcohol. He was just like, he went insane for like 2 weeks because he was just getting so much shit. You know, I mean, he was just as popular as the whole movement.
Wasn't he like? I think that they ended up studying. Like they said, he was sleep deprived. Like he didn't sleep for like 72 hours and was just didn't even know he was naked outside.
Yeah, he ended up getting like checked into a hospital and didn't come out of it for 2 weeks. But basically, like they kind of showed like how he basically went to Uganda in 2002, and basically was like his whole life was just looking for like a story, you know, to actually like turn into something. It wasn't necessarily fake, but he kind of just like made it seem like it was active. Like the Kony dude is still
dramatized.
Yeah, the Kony dude's still alive somewhere in like the Republic of Africa. But some things like came out that, and if you're not aware, so Kony, yeah, fuck it, you guys know what it is. Everybody knows what this shit is. So basically, like some things I didn't know that were in this little documentary or whatever was like they tried to use. They were like they had like. There's like a producer or something behind the scenes that had this master plan to use Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt to lure Kony out of the Republic of Africa. So they basically were going to have Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt like just invite the dude to get food, and that he was just going to show up. And
You know what's funny though? That's what happened to El Chapo.
Really?
Yeah, El Chapo went to go meet with Sean Penn and some actress, and then the actress like went and spilled the beans, like, "Hey, he's right here," and they're like, "Really?" And that's how they got him. Sorry. Keep going.
So that's probably why they. Well, when did when did El Chapo get caught?
That was after Kony, though.
Yeah, no, this is way after Kony.
Yeah.
This is like last year when he did the interview with Sean Penn.
Yeah, okay, so these guys were before their time, but so their goal was to get Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt to lure him out. But it was just like, I cannot believe the mass hysteria around that shit. And that was like peak my YouTube and like social media career. Yeah. And it was just like people were literally like fucking just going insane on me for not changing my profile picture, for not, because the whole, if you're not familiar with it, which you should be, because it's literally like a fucking stain.
It was like a meme for the longest time.
Yeah. So basically, these dudes made this, you know, somewhat fake documentary of this Kony dude who was employing like child soldiers.
He would like capture children and make them into soldiers.
He would supposedly make them kill their own parents and eat them, and just like some like morbid shit.
But wasn't it like after it is like he wasn't even in power anymore?
No, he wasn't.
Hadn't been for some time, I believe.
Yeah. That's why it kind of crumbled down, because they're like, wait, this isn't necessarily active. But
it got to the point where like people were like begging the U.S. military to like intervene.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. Yeah, wasn't there like a what the fuck was the? That's what like the donations were for.
The change.org. Yeah, it was. That's the first time I ever saw like crowdfunding, and I remember it just kept going over the goal.
Yeah, so it was donations for like a mercenary team to go in there and wipe them out. Like,
yeah, that's what it was. You're right. You're right.
Because they couldn't because there was some like clause for like military, like yada yada yada. So they had to get. What a fucking crock of shit. But they showed like this dude who like his parents own like a Broadway like stage or whatever. So he was just like he's just weird, you know, like kind of like those Broadway type. Like he made like a music video with his 3 friends that were in Uganda. Like just he had like his long wavy hair, and it was just super gay and like a terrible music video. And it's like it was like Dance for Uganda or something. Like I mean, his heart was definitely, I would say, like real, because he did tons of shit like in Uganda. But I think he was just like, I don't know, he just wanted to make it seem like shit was like...
He wanted like a big story.
Yeah.
It worked. I mean, that was the first viral, like we were saying, that was the first social media.
I think he wanted to be like a hero.
Yeah. It worked by spreading awareness, though, I should say.
But it was funny. So basically what the charity would sell is like these Kony 2012 like kits. And then on the whole point was to donate, and you get this kit full of like stickers, posters, and all, and like shirts and shit. And then there was the day of execution where you go and fucking put it like the night of, you put it all over your town, like these stickers, like so you vandalize your own fucking town for like awareness for this Kony shit, you know, like it was actually like a perfected fucking, you know, outside of the downfall, but just the I just man, the world is fuck. I mean, I'm not gonna say the world, even though it was the majority of the world probably, but the U.S. man, these fucking people on social media are fucking retarded, 100%. And people still do that shit to this day, like fucking retarded. That's why people like Supreme Patty have 10 million followers on Instagram because they're literally.
I think I saw a great quote like about social media. It was like, or like what the. Or like it wasn't social media, but it could work with social media. Like what's great about the internet, and it was like it allows people all around the world to express their opinion. The bad thing is that everyone does it.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, and then you get other people's views just thrown on you. Like when I saw the Kony stuff, I was like, this is fucking stupid. But then you know how many people like literally were like, why haven't you changed your profile picture? I'm like, because I don't give a fuck, because it seems sketchy to me.
It was like a mob mentality.
Oh yeah, I had a huge. I wish I could find. Can we search Twitter?
I just did. I couldn't find. So I did the hashtag Kony 2012, and I only had one tweet on it. But I remember talking shit during the time, so I must use a different hashtag.
Yeah. Can you? How do I search mine?
Just go to the search bar and then just do like Kony whatever, and then just type in Mr. Tech or Loch Ness Monster, whatever your thing is.
All right, let me see this. When I fucking pull up my browser, shit gets crazy. Let's see. So I go onto Twitter.
Yep. Right, Burns? That's how I just did it.
Yeah, just hashtag Kony 2012.
And then you just put your name after it. There was a more advanced way we did it one time.
In the search? I don't think I hashtagged it, though. Do I have to hashtag?
Hold on, I'm looking for you too.
I had one on March 6, 2012 that says, at Minnesota Burns, please retweet so we can spread the word about Kony 2012 and help out.
So I just...
It has 102 million views.
It's a vague search.
It's by the organization Invisible Children. I forgot that.
All of these words, so then Kony, and then I want people with these accounts. I want at...
Yeah, I can't even pull up my fucking browser while I'm on this.
What is your thing? Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah. God, my shit's wigging out.
You only have one tweet, and that has Kony in it. It says from 2013. Dude, it's almost exactly what mine was from 2012. Haha, remember that Kony 12 shit and all the people who thought it was real? Kyle tweeted that on November 10th of 2013.
Damn, 8 days after my birthday, Doug. So I got
Oh, you got a thread here though.
Ooh. I think there's probably people that still thought it was real.
That's what this guy says.
Because the thing went on forever with people that were so fucking stupid that they literally was fighting for Kony for years.
This is here. I'm gonna send you the thread. Well, I'll just read it to you. So this guy wrote. It was real. Then the creator went crazy and people thought he was wrong. And then Kyle wrote completely wrong. And this guy wrote, LOL. Okay, then. And this guy wrote, wait. It wasn't fucking real. You wrote, LOL. You serious? And and then this guy goes, dude, I'm dead serious. And then this guy's talking about you flipping doing a video. This guy said I had a Kony 2012 bumper sticker. This guy
see it.
Yeah, you see the
so many
thread.
people are like, wait, what? No idea about the charity, but Kony is a very real person. It was a great
what
example.
sucks for this guy is everyone thinks the same thing. Dude got caught naked masturbating in public. That's what I thought he did too until I saw the thing.
Yeah, no, he just was insane.
It was fake? What do you mean it was fake?
So this guy says that dude was real, but he died many years ago. He didn't actually. So in this documentary thing, basically how it spread that he was dead is some girl made a video, like a react. You know how reaction videos were popular? She made a reaction video to the main video saying like, my mom said he died 6 years ago. And that's how everybody was like, no, he's fucking dead. And like literally, because this person just said my mom said he died 6 years ago. That's what started like the anti-Kony shit, is because this video got like 2.5 million views and people believed it was true just because this girl said my mom fucking said he died 6 years ago.
That's scary, dude.
No, nobody
That is very
fucking
scary.
searched or looked or anything. It's because this
That's-
girl said, my mom said he died 6 years ago. And he wasn't even actually dead. He's still alive.
That was the reaction stuff back then was crazy when Tumblr started getting popular. Like shit would like you could ruin people's lives.
Yeah.
I had for the record, I had two Kony tweets after the 2013. I had one in 2000. I thought this is pretty edgy. It's pretty good, I think. August 23rd, 2014, I wrote the Ice Bucket Challenge would have found Kony. Not bad. No likes, no retweets, no anything. And then June 18th, 2016, I wrote, did we catch Kony? So I was still worried about it 2 years ago.
I just responded from this dude still this guy responded, the ignorance is real. And I just responded to it. I just said, nah. It's fucking crazy.
Breaking news, Burns. Jimmy Butler says he only cares about winning, but yet has requested a trade to the Clippers, Knicks, and Nets. This whole thing is now hilarious.
You just trade him to Phoenix.
I got a good change from Kony to this topic. This is a deep thought I had. Didn't even take it from shower thoughts. All right. So you know how for the longest time we've all been told sex sells, right? You guys, Kyle, you said some of your best thumbnails coming up.
Fuck yeah!
Big tits in the thumbnail, yada, yada, yada. Okay, but hear me out on this. I saw a commercial the other day, and it was like a girl in a really small like dress, whatever. And my wife's like, wow, they can put that on TV. And here's what's crazy. I am so just like blurred to all of the sex sells things that I didn't even realize she was wearing like a low cut booty like dress. I don't think sex sells anymore.
No,
I think it is
no, it doesn't.
because I see like this. I don't even follow like models and stuff on Instagram or anything, but like just like from World Star and stuff, I see worse stuff on social media than this commercial was. So she was just like, whoa, they put that on a commercial. I'm like, oh, I mean, I guess like
what I think. So basically my thought, like sex sells in the real world. So like you see like this Emily Ratajkowski, whatever her fucking name is.
Yeah,
like she's seriously posting model pictures of her pussy, like, and her titties out. Like, that literally, like, when I see that shit, I'm like, that's fucking weird that you're doing that in, like, a professional environment that you need to have your pussy out, you know?
Yeah.
But what sex sells for me is when I see, like, amateur shit. And so, like, my old videos, when I see some, like, amateur titties, and I don't mean amateur, like, younger, like, just, like, not like a professional, not professional setting.
Not photoshopped models.
Yeah,
right.
so, like porn, like porn with the fucking, like, somebody being caught on, like, the, you know, in the, not the alley, that sounds disgusting, but, like, is what, like, professional porn with, like, super HD and, like, that doesn't do, well, I mean, porn necessarily doesn't do anything for me, but on like the scale of like amateur type stuff where it's like, hey, you want to record ourselves fucking tonight? And you know, I'd rather watch that. I'd rather watch that than like professionals, because like the professionals aren't realistic for me to get off to, you know. But like the amateurs, and amateurs sounds weird, like I'm saying like younger people, but that's
no, I'm sure people understand.
Just like the non-professionals with your iPhone, you know, like that's the cool shit to me. But same with like the Emily, like, first off, fuck, like why, I don't get that. Like, doesn't that make like, and then, like I said, like I'll never understand because like there's just some things that make sense to boys, some things that make sense to girls. But like, do you really got to take pictures of your pussy? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is the point? Like, is it? I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures, but they were on Reddit, but it's just like, is that like women empowerment or something? Like it's not that I'm judging her, but it's just weird to me. It's just.
No.
Burns, thoughts? Sex still sell for you? Or are you immune to
really.
it?
I don't buy something because someone attractive is selling it.
I wonder if there's still. I know that there's still a demo out there.
It's probably like older people.
As I was gonna say, older people who are like I hate to throw your uncle into this boat, but like
mine.
Kyle's uncle is like the typical the UFC fighters come out there and he's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh shit, look at that like, you know, a piece of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ring girl, every time the ring girl comes out, ooh, like type. So maybe there
Yeah.
is still a market for like a beer commercial with a hot chick. But I don't even think it was a beer commercial though. I think it was something weird. And she was like, "Oh, they put that as like the girl for it." It was like, and I was like, "Oh, I guess so."
You see,
Like
I'm
Hot
on,
Pockets or some
I'm on
shit,
the
like-
stance where it's like, I'm like, why the fuck are there cheerleaders at football games? Like, but there are dudes that sit there like videotape the cheerleaders. You know, man, did I get a zit coming in right here?
I see what you're
way.
saying.
But it's like, I'm like, why the fuck? Like, how does that make any sense that there's girls out there with cleavage and their asses hanging out to watch a football game? Like, is that just I feel like sometimes I'm in the minority when I say that, but that's fucking weird to me. Like, why in
It's
the
weird to me too.
like I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like why do even at like even though lots of high school people think it's a sport, but cheerleading is not a fucking sport, you dumb cunts. But like, why are there high school cheerleading? Like, I get it to get the crowd amped up and stuff, but like, come on, like doing a back handspring, I ain't getting nobody fucking amped up. Like,
well, they just some teams just started it now in hockey where they'll have like ice girls because like every commercial break they like shoveled snow off the ice.
yeah,
So,
Nice.
whatever. Yeah, and they're coming out with like two pieces on, like shovel it. Like, what is this doing for someone?
yeah,
Makes
no,
no
it's
sense.
like an old time standard trying to be infused into like these new like.
It's gotta still sell for it's gotta sell for somebody, but I think it's just like how we always talk about how cable eventually in our time will be gone, like the way that we watch TV, and the same thing goes for like the rise of gaming and Twitch and stuff versus like professional sports as these older people start kind of, for lack of a better word, dying.
I don't
die
know,
off.
like
The audience is going to be like so immune to seeing tits and ass on every thumbnail they grew up looking at. Like,
I don't
you know?
understand like why during commercial breaks they want these girls like dancing out in the corridor, shoveling the ice or whatever. Don't you want people to go like grab a beer or something to eat during the commercial break?
Yeah, it's I always like PAX and stuff. There's so many booths and stuff that had like hot girls. Like, was there one fucking nerd in that place who's like, I want to go play fucking Destiny because there's some girl with fucking titties over there. Like,
Right.
I mean, maybe there is, but for the most part, I would be like, probably not. Like a lot of these like gaming events, they have like the same thing, like girls like that. But it's like if I was that girl, I'd be so uncomfortable just because it's like it's not like people are like coming up and even talking to you. Like we seen at PAX like tons of girls walking around in like Spankies and stuff, and they're just like super like just them walking up and like giving their card out to some like fucking nerds, and it's just like the most uncomfortable interaction because they're just like thanks, it's like just super weird.
Yeah, dude, it's a weird time.
Yeah. I mean, I like titties, but I like titties like in my face, like not with other people around, like I've never once been to a strip club. I've never once like the thought of a strip club sounds fucking disgusting.
We almost
to
went
me.
at like 4 a.m.
Kyle, you would die there. You would hate
We
it.
did not almost go because we were there on the outside, and I refused to go in. Because remember, that's actually a pretty funny story. Because who all went it? Because we didn't go in. Who went in? Didn't Rick go in?
It was like it was like you, me, Rick, Tiffany. You remember her?
Oh yeah.
She was there. Who else? That
that Tiffany
Area
girl
girl,
is such
whatever
a
her name is.
loudmouth. God damn. But I remember that was the night that because remember there's the door girl, and we're just sitting there talking to her on the outside, and she's like, "Well, I gotta go dance," and we're like, "What?" Like, you're a
it's like
fucking
4 a.m.
Yeah, but that was the night that I was pretty lit up and making some. I didn't have many responsibilities at the time. I don't think I had kids, and I had an old like HTC phone. It wasn't old at the time, but we were playing pool at this place before we kind of went out, or it was after we went out. It was after we left the party. It might have been a Twitch party.
It was a Twitch party.
Yeah, so we left the Twitch party and we went to this place where we were playing pool. And I think I missed a shot, and I like just joked around and like just kind of slammed my phone.
Oh.
And it fucking like the screen cracked. I'm like, fucking A. And so like whole night my thing was just to like mess around and like spike my phone. But then we were walking down the sidewalk, and I just yell, "Field goal!" And I fucking kicked it, dude. I kicked it like 80 feet in the air, and it hit off this sign and shit and came down and like shattered. So by the end of the night, like my phone was just like bent in half and shattered and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'll just go switch it out with my insurance in the morning. And I show up, I didn't have fucking insurance on my phone. Had to buy a whole new one.
Dude, you'd be good friends with Dave Wild, man. We were coming home walking. We already had walked like 1.5 miles in the snow. He got in a fight with his girlfriend, and we were in college. And he's like, "You guys coming with me?" And so me and Andy are just like sitting there, like, "Yeah, we got to ride or die with our boy." You're like, dumbass move. So we're on our street home, and he's been pissed, like texting, but like not like we text nowadays, because back then it was like you'd send a text and wait like 10 minutes and get like a short response back. Texting wasn't popular.
Yeah.
And
T9.
then all of a sudden he like spikes his phone on the ground. We're like, "What the fuck, Dave?" And then he takes it and he literally skips it on like the ice in the snow. And it was funny. Then he realizes it's probably broken. So he goes up, gets it again, and he does it again. But this time it takes like a double hop, and it like goes into a patch of snow somewhere. And we're like, "Oh fuck, where'd it go?" So we spent like 30 minutes trying to like find it. Then we find it. It's obviously like water damage, cracked, scratched, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was just like,
he sounds like a jackass. I always do jackass shit too. Well, I try to be a little, but once we go out in like the streets with like a group of guys, I look back to when we all went to like Tacoma, and fucking me and Jared were like throwing cones and shit and like street sign, just complete fucking jackasses. But
that's
hey,
life, man.
It was fun though. I had fun.
That's Dallas.
Sometimes you boil it down to how much fun you can have in one sitting. And at that time, you know, I hadn't been out with the boys for a while. We did it to the max. Actually, that's the night that I got in trouble for they had a big it was a country bar, so they had a big blow up bowl, and I literally like nobody was on it, and I just fell backwards into the air thing, and you know, got up, mind my own business, went and got some more drinks, hung out in our little hangout area, and then 45 minutes later, a dude comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, can I talk to you outside real quick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, I think I'm getting kicked out, guys. We might need to go." And so he takes me, him and like, it's like you can tell like it was just like one of the head dudes, like just a bald dude with a fucking earpiece, you know. And I'm like, all right, like I'm like, what'd I do? I had just accidentally, my friend tried to do the bottle trick on me, and he fucking blasted the beer out of my hand and spilt everywhere. So I was like, does it have something to do with that? And so we go out to the front, and he's like, it was two guys, one younger guy and one head dog guy. And he's like, "We know you're famous and stuff, so you got to kind of really watch like what you do, because people are gonna follow after you." And I'm like, this is uncomfortable, dude, because I'm not famous at all. But so what happened was, apparently my friends, or you know, half the fucking bar there, after I fell into it, started doing it. It felt like it's some like elementary school shit. They're you know, like everybody was doing it because I did it, you know. I
think I remember this story now.
Yeah, and like I wasn't kicked out or nothing. It was just kind of like I think it was more like the younger dude who recognized me, like wanted an excuse to like kind of get me in trouble and like talk. I don't know. It was super uncomfortable. I hate when fucking people are like, I know you're famous and all. Like, that is like the dumbest. Like, it makes me feel so uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable when people are like just recognize me in public, you know. I'm just like, hey, like, but yeah, no, fun times, fun memories.
Sex sells.
This show just cruised along.
I know, so much flow. Let's call it. I gotta go buy. I got a new Avalanche pack, so I'm selling the other one to a friend, but I was like, the air has been diminished, so I was going to go fill it up for him, but I just realized it's in Rachel's car.
The air is diminished. You grilled up a place, and you know that I finished. Oh,
coming in the mouth, coming in the ass, coming in the eyelid.
Good show, gentlemen.
Her eyes got a rash. Yeah,
Vern, are you going to play Fortnite today? Or are you playing Black Ops? Blackout.
I'm going to play Fortnite today. In like a half hour or something like that.
Whistle go woo.
Yeah, I like this new setup down here, man. I got Look at that, dude. Just toys galore, man.
So I bet you Jimmy isn't even actually playing Blackout or Black Ops because the servers aren't even up yet, are they?
No, I think like how the game's supposed to come out at midnight, when they do like midnight release. If you're like buying a physical copy, stores are actually letting you get it at like 8 because it has a 50 gigabyte day one update. So.
Yeah.
And they just won't let you in it. 50 gigabytes? Oh my gosh, dude.
Dude, if you think about it, I have
dick.
the original Xbox One, which is like 250 gigabyte hard drive. That's almost a quarter of the space.
Just for the
and
update.
Red Dead Redemption is over 100.
So you're gonna have to get a new Xbox.
I have to get a new hard drive. I have to get like the terabyte hard drive or something.
Is it the same space if you just digitally download it?
Yeah. It's 50 gigabyte game.
But it's gonna take you. If I started downloading it right now to get 50 gigabytes, you might see me playing that game in 3 days.
No, what I'm saying, like, is there any advantage to even having the disc?
I don't think so. You gotta
Just if
install it
your
anyways.
Xbox Live gets terminated.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's end it. Let's get this show up. We're gonna call it Kony 2012.
No, call it Kony 2018.
Yeah, Kony 2018, or say Kony is fucking back.
Kony's back. Kony's back and killing children. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.